A. Describe how segregation of accounting duties enhances system security. Segregation of duties, SOD, reduces the risk of fraud and error within information systems. By separating responsibilities for authorization, record-keeping, asset custody, and reconciliation, organizations prevent any one individual from controlling all aspects of a transaction. This structural separation limits opportunities for intentional manipulation and increases the likelihood that errors or irregularities will be detected promptly. In automated systems, SOD is enforced through access controls and role-based permissions. Proper system configuration ensures users can only perform functions consistent with their job responsibilities. For example, employees entering transactions should not have authority to approve them or modify master files. Effective SOD strengthens both preventive and detective controls. It promotes accountability, supports independent verification processes, and enhances overall system reliability by ensuring checks and balances are embedded within accounting information systems. B. Identify threats to information systems. Information systems face internal and external threats that compromise data integrity and security. Input manipulation, program alteration, and direct file alteration can result in inaccurate processing and financial misstatements. These risks may arise from unauthorized access or insufficient monitoring controls. Malicious software poses significant cybersecurity risk. Viruses replicate and spread, Trojan horses disguise harmful code as legitimate software, and ransomware may restrict access to systems. These attacks disrupt operations and compromise sensitive information. Social engineering and physical threats are also critical concerns. Phishing schemes trick users into revealing credentials, while data theft, sabotage, and hardware theft threaten confidentiality, availability, and operational continuity. C. Demonstrate understanding of system development controls. System development controls ensure new or modified systems operate accurately and securely. These controls include feasibility studies, proper authorization, detailed system design documentation, and structured testing before implementation. Strong development governance reduces errors and vulnerabilities. Input, processing, output, and storage controls protect data integrity. Input validation checks ensure completeness and accuracy. Processing controls verify logical consistency. Output controls restrict distribution to authorized users. Storage controls safeguard data through encryption and backups. Change management is essential for adaptability and security. Formal approval processes, version control, testing environments, and documentation of changes help prevent unauthorized modifications and maintain system stability over time. D. Identify procedures to limit access to physical hardware. Physical security controls prevent unauthorized access to computer hardware and data centers. Organizations use locked server rooms, security badges, biometric access systems, and surveillance cameras to restrict entry to authorized personnel only. Environmental safeguards protect equipment from damage. Fire suppression systems, climate control, and uninterruptible power supplies, UPS, help maintain operational continuity and prevent loss of data due to environmental hazards. Visitor controls and asset tracking enhance accountability. Sign-in logs, escort requirements, and inventory records of hardware devices reduce the risk of theft, tampering, or accidental damage to critical infrastructure. E. Identify means to protect programs and databases from unauthorized use. Logical access controls restrict system usage. Strong password policies, multi-factor authentication, MFA, and role-based access permissions limit system capabilities to authorized individuals, reducing exposure to unauthorized transactions. Encryption and data masking protect sensitive information. Encryption safeguards data during transmission and storage, while masking hides confidential details from users who do not require full access. Ongoing monitoring and audit trails support enforcement. System logs track user activity, enabling management to detect unusual behavior. Regular reviews, intrusion detection systems, and periodic access recertification further protect programs and databases from misuse. F. Identify input controls, processing controls, and output controls and explain why each is necessary. Input controls ensure data entered into the system is accurate, complete, and authorized. Examples include field validation checks, limit checks, reasonableness tests, check digits, and batch totals. These controls prevent incorrect or fraudulent data from entering the system, reducing downstream processing errors and financial misstatements. Processing controls verify that transactions are handled correctly once entered. Run-to-run totals, hash totals, and programmed edit checks confirm that data is processed according to established rules. Without effective processing controls, even valid input data can produce inaccurate results due to logic errors or system malfunctions. Output controls ensure reports and processed data are accurate and distributed only to authorized users. Reconciliations, review procedures, and controlled report distribution protect confidentiality and help management detect discrepancies before decisions are made based on incorrect information. G. Identify and describe types of storage controls and explain when and why they are used. Backup controls protect against data loss. Full, incremental, and differential backups ensure that information can be restored in case of system failure, cyber attack, or human error. Off-site or cloud storage provides additional protection against physical disasters. Access and authorization controls protect stored data from unauthorized use. Role-based permissions, file-level security, and encryption at rest restrict access to sensitive databases. These controls are essential in safeguarding confidential financial and customer information. Disaster recovery and business continuity controls ensure operational resilience. Redundant servers, mirrored databases, and recovery plans allow organizations to resume operations quickly after disruptions, minimizing downtime and financial impact. H. Identify and describe inherent risks of using the Internet compared to secured transmission lines. Internet transmissions are inherently more exposed to interception. Unlike private secured lines, Internet data travels through public networks, increasing vulnerability to hacking, packet sniffing, and man-in-the-middle attacks that compromise confidentiality. Authentication and identity risks are greater online. Attackers can impersonate legitimate users through phishing or credential theft, gaining unauthorized access to systems. Secured transmission lines typically offer tighter control over authorized participants. Availability risks are heightened on public networks. Distributed denial of service, DDoS, attacks, and malware can disrupt Internet-based systems. Private secured lines reduce exposure to such widespread external threats, providing more controlled communication environments.